Hello, this is Rita Holmes, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Hamilton, Ohio, and I'm coming to you to bring you a fun fold card this morning called Side Fold Fun Fold Card. But before I get started, I just want to let you know about my special, which is right here. If you place an order for $35 to $50 using my host code online, you'll get 5 handmade cards from my card stash mailed to you. Or if you do $50 or over, you will get 10. And it's using my host code that's right here that you can screenshot if you would like. And let me get my sound turned down here. I'm setting up my iPad so I'll be able to see that I'm in the screen. So I'm going to show you some about this fun fold card. Okay, let me sit down. And it's a fun fold card. It's 4 1/4 by 11, folded in half at 5 1/2, and then you score. That's another score line. So when you have your card, it's actually a 4 1/4 by 4 that you see. So I'm going to show you how to do that and give you the measurements of that. So let me show you one more card. I also did a Christmas card using the In the Pines and the Pine Woods embossing folder on copper foil, and the In the Pines there, and the Christmas Gleaming DSP. And all of this stuff is in our year-end clearance sales. So some of it maybe, I'm not real sure if any of it's on sale or not, but you can surely check it out and see, because we do have things priced up to 50% off, and that's also on my website. And there's the inside of this card. So, and this will be a really pretty masculine card to set when after Christmas. It's all trees, and then the dies are all the different trees, and then the embossing folder, if I can get a hold of it, looks like this, if you can see it in the trees. It's pretty big. I just used a portion of the top of it on my small card since I didn't have a big area to use. So, for the card I'm doing today, I'm using some DSP paper that will be free in the Celebration catalog starting January the 5th. And here's the paper, which I absolutely love, and I'll just kind of flip through it, the fronts and the backs, but it's really vibrant colors, so and pretty. So that's the different papers, and like I said, they'll be free with a $50 order in the Celebration catalog, which will go January through February. So let's get started on our card. We're using Daisy Lane, which is out of the annual catalog. I'm using it's called the Medium Daisy Punch and the Daisy Flower. And I'm using the saying out of the Quite Curvy, which is wishing you the happiest of birthdays. So that are the two sets that I'm using here. So let's get started. I have a piece of 4 1/4 by 11 inch basic black cardstock, and I'm just going to fold that on that edge. And then I have that scored at 5 1/2 and 6 3/4, which is this fold right here. So what I'm going to do is bring that back and score that really good. So that's what you're going to have. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to take my Stampin' Steel Plus, because you want something kind of heavy, because you want it to hold that. If I can get this running. There we go. And I'm just going to line that up here. I'm going to burnish that really good, because I want that to stick really well on that side of the card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 4 by 4 piece of the DSP, and I'm going to decide how I want it on there. I think I'm going to put it that way. So I'm going to use some of my Tombow glue and just go around my edges. And I always just zigzag through the center to put that on. And I'm sure you've seen this card before, but I just wanted to do a take on it with this paper. I love this paper. I'm taking the same DSP and I'm going to put this side down here. So we're going to put that down. And that's going to go right there. And I lost a piece of DSP, evidently. It fell on the floor. So I have a third piece of DSP that's got a 1/2 inch by 4 inch. That's 4 by 4. This is 1 inch by 4. And this is a 1/2 inch by 4. And it is going to go for my inside of my card. So I'm just going to glue that down on one side of my white. That will go on my inside, because when you make a black card, it's hard to write on it. And I just bet that up against the edge there. And then you can decide on this card, I put it to this side, and then I made another card just like it, and I put it to the bottom. And you can go to any sides that you want. With this one, I think I may go to the outside. Just not that whoever I mails it to knows what I'm doing with all the other cards, but you can put that down like that. So you can move that around any way you want on your inside. So now we're ready to decorate. So what I've got is the Daisy Lane flower, and I've got a couple pieces of scrap right here that I'm going to stamp it on. I'm going to stamp 3 petals, 3 petal pieces, because there's a lot of petals on one piece. So we're going to stamp it. And what I'm going to do is make sure that I have the middle petals up and down, because it matches my punch better to do that. So I'm going to do that there and here. Let's see if we might be able to just use one piece. I think we will. Maybe. I'm going to try it. Oh, no we're not. We'll stamp another one over here. Might just be easier to do that. There we go. So I'm going to take my punch. I'm going to punch out the 2 good ones from here. And this punch just lines up so easy. That's why I like to use it. It's really easy to use. If you don't have it, you might like it. Like I said, it's in the annual catalog, so that's good till the 1st of June. And we'll cut this one out. I like to use 3 layers. So let's put that together. You can also get the PDF to this technique over on my Facebook page, which is Stamp Crazy VIP. I have all of my videos there. I'm putting a glue dot in the center of that flower, and then I'm going to offset this flower, the petals, and stick on there. Then I'm going to take a mini dimensional, put on the back of the third flower, and we're going to take that, we're going to offset again, and we're going to stick that flower on, and it gives it a more of a 3D look that way, and that's what I like to go for. Okay, we're going to set it aside. Before we use it, we need to cut out some leaves. I'm actually using a retired leaf punch because I like it, and it's faster than getting dies out. So, and my basement's tore apart. We're about ready to put it back together. My husband painted and took up the carpet down there. We painted our floors because they're concrete in my basement. And it's just where I craft, so it's not like I need it to be wonderfully beautiful, but just look nice and clean. That's what I strive for, nice and clean. So what I'm going to do with my leaves is I'm just going to take and put them down close together. I just put a little bit of and then I'm going to put the last one down. And then what I'll do with this flower is I'll take a regular pop dot and put in the center because it won't show with all the layers. And I'm going to add that right to the center of those leaves that I put on. And you can fluff your petals if you want. Of course, if you're going to mail it, it's going to get a little flat. And I liked a lot of bling, evidently. I got out, I hadn't used these epoxy embellishments, and I thought, oh, I like that in the center. So there that is in the center. And the last thing we're going to do is I got a half-inch by 4-inch piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to take the same from the Quite Curvy stamp set. Says wishing you the happiest of birthdays. And I'm going to stamp that right across this piece of, and it doesn't look like it fits, but it does. And I just want to get that on there really good. And then all I do with that is I put some glue on it. And then we're just going to glue it in the center of this piece right here that doesn't open or anything. I'm going to turn it over and kind of rub right there. I don't want to rub my ink in case it's not dry. There we go. And that is the card with the side fold, fun fold. So, like I said, it's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2 and 6 3/4, and you glue that little spot down between those two score lines. And then this part is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, so you can cut your papers 4 by 4 to use them, or start out with 4 by 4 if you want to mat it with different layers. You can do that. And I just used a flower on there. I just thought to pop a flower up. The paper is so pretty in itself, I don't think you really have to do much to it. And then you've got your inside, you can write your little sentiment or whatever. So anyway, this is my fun fold card. Here's my Christmas card again. I'm kind of tired of making Christmas cards, to be honest with you. So, but I thought I'd make one because I wanted to use this set. And I love it with this paper. So that's another Christmas card I can use. I'm going to try to use all the Christmas cards that I've made this year, just doing videos. And I thought that would work out. I've made 3 of these cards, and they all, I think the placement, this one flowers up a little higher. This one's more to your right. So you can place them any way you want them. It doesn't matter. It's wherever you think's best on the layout of your paper. So with that being said, I hope I can hear from you. I have my information all down here on my pad, my email address, my website, my YouTube channel, my Facebook group, and my December host code. And I'd love for you to share my video and give me a thumbs up if you would, and that helps my reviews out. So with all that being said, I'm going to go, and I hope to be back early next week with another. I think I will be having a technique instead of a fun fold. So with that being said, we'll see you all later. Bye.